Hi everyone, I'm Tanaz from Forever Conscious, and this is your weekly energy forecast for the week of July 14th. So, it is a big week. We have the eclipse. It's a lunar eclipse on the 16th in the sign of Capricorn. This is a partial lunar eclipse, which means the shadow of the earth will partially cover the moon on the night of the 16th. It is a full moon eclipse, so a lunar eclipse can only happen on a full moon. So this is sort of our full moon of the month, except it's an eclipse, which means it is extra potent. The planet Pluto is also very active around this eclipse, which also adds to the potency. Pluto is a planet associated with death and rebirth and transformation. Pluto is that planet that helps us to transform our pain so we can stop transmitting it to others or passing it down through generations. It is that alchemy of turning our pain into healing and then making that healing a part of who we are and a part of consciousness and adding to the raising of consciousness of the planet. Pluto is a very spiritual planet. It works on the sort of subconscious level. So that need to transform, that need to kind of shift our pain into something of healing, into something of higher consciousness is very much what this eclipse is guiding us to do, which is why it is going to feel extremely potent. For the days leading up and the days after, the eclipse will be potent. You may notice fears and anxieties rising up to the surface. That is part of what Pluto and this eclipse is helping you to transform or to change or to clear or to let go. A lunar eclipse is always a point of release. So this may be things being released from our life, but also things being released from within us. Fears and anxieties are part of that, releasing those so they can come to the surface for clearing and healing and observation. Maybe it's also something that we've been sort of hiding within us, a desire to do something, a thought, a belief, all of that kind of rising up. A full moon is a point of illumination, and this eclipse is no different. Things will be illuminated for us. So if you notice fears and anxieties, if you start questioning things or doubting things, that is the eclipse guiding you to look within and to look and see how you can address some of those things so you can start welcoming in the new. This eclipse is clearing the way, helping us to release, helping us to kind of bring everything that needs to come up out so we can pave the way for a new direction, a direction of higher consciousness. An eclipse can also bring the end to things. So if you have been in a relationship that is struggling, if you have been in a job that is struggling, the eclipse may bring some sort of ending your way, or some sort of event may happen that then, pushes you to decide whether you're going to stick with it or whether you're going to say goodbye. These are things that the eclipse can activate. An eclipse cannot do this on its own. It's not the job of an eclipse to come in and mess up your life. An eclipse puts you where you need to be. So if something has been teetering on the edge, if something hasn't been working, the eclipse is going to come in there and push momentum forward so you can see what needs to be done. It's actually a very illuminating point, right? When we think of it like this, that the eclipse is just putting us where we need to be. We can kind of sit back and go, all right, let's just see what happens. Let's just see what flows. And then, we can allow the eclipse to work its magic. While most of us will feel the effects of the eclipse pretty immediately or within 4 days of the eclipse, sometimes things can linger and we don't really notice what's happening or what direction we need to go in until a month later, until the next lunar cycle begins. So be patient. You may have to wait a little bit to see what pathway is going to open. But this eclipse works with the eclipse, the solar eclipse we had earlier in the month. If we think of them like a pair, The Cancer eclipse was bringing in, this was the solar eclipse on July 2nd, was bringing something in. It was helping us to awaken to a new possibility. And now that we have been awakened to that new possibility, the lunar eclipse, the Capricorn lunar eclipse we have this week, will help clear the way for that possibility to come to us. So they're working in tandem. So you're going to have to wait and be patient to see and allow their energy to kind of, filter through your being and your energy field and your life, so you can see, what's left in the clearing when it all sort of dissipates. So it is a big week. Like I mentioned, you may feel anxieties and fears rising to the surface. If so, know that that is coming to your attention for clearing. Identifying a fear or an anxiety is like 50% of the work. The next comes with shifting the mindset and then just taking small steps every day. So working through that. I know it's a lot harder than just those steps that I said, but I want you to know that identifying it is a lot of the work already there. So keep that in mind. Keep your energy levels as consistent as you can. Look after yourself, lots of self-love and self-care. Meditating, doing a walking meditation if you're feeling too restless to kind of sit in one spot. Maybe doing some cleansing. Of course, as always, I have a ritual for you if you'd like to do that, and also a card reading if you'd also like to do that. I'll put a link below. There are some tools to help you, but it is a big week. Look after yourselves. This is the biggest transformation point of 2019. This is a pivot point for all of us in some way, on some level. So enjoy it. I don't know. See where it takes you, because this is a transformation point, a pivot point in the year. And then after this, we do have a little bit of smoother sailing, kind of until December, where we have some more eclipses. But don't worry about those. Let's just get through these first. Okay, I am Tanaz from Forever Conscious. Thank you so much.